creep my way to this checkered flag. If the caution flag doesn't fly, Ron Hornaday's looking good. And if it does fly, he could be in a little bit of trouble with those old tires.
He could be in a lot of trouble, but he can come to pit road and get new tires too, Michael.
Young Josh Richards was hit coming onto pit road too fast. The 51 of Colin Brown leaving pit road too fast. Both cautioned by NASCAR, and they will have to serve those penalties. And the 15 you see on pit road now. Hermie.
Well, the 13 of Johnny Sauter just keeps getting worse for this group. They have just spent about 7 or 8 laps on pit road fixing fender braces. NASCAR, they went back out on the racetrack one time and lost actually some debris on the racetrack. It got off of the racetrack. Did not have a caution, but they have forced Johnny Sauter this last time by to sit on pit road about 10 laps to tie up some loose sheet metal. He's finally back on the racetrack, Greg.
Well, Joey Coulter, one of the last guys to hit pit road. They were trying to ride that out the longest point that they could to see if they would get a caution. A little bit tight off the corners is what Joey has told his crew chief, Harold Hawley. And I'll tell you, they were very disappointed in their qualifying effort today. They practiced much better. 2 tires for Coulter. That'll save them some time here. Quick pit stop for Team 22.
Hornaday now has about a 7-second lead over Blake Feast. And you see the 3 of Austin Dillon making his way by the 33, but he's trying to get his lap back is what Austin's doing.
Yeah, that puts 13 trucks now on the lead lap now that Austin's been able to get by Ron Hornaday. You see Joey Coulter rejoining the race right in front of the 31 of James Busher.
And there's the 32 of Blake Fees. We saw him have a crash on the front straightaway, and now he's running the 2nd spot.
Fresher tires on the guys that came onto pit road, but with only 11 laps to go, that's just over 5 minutes of racing. So there's not enough time left in this race for those guys who just came onto pit road to make those tires work for them.
Do you know how many things I've seen happen in 5 minutes of racing? This is far from over. No telling what twists and turns lie ahead.
Right now, Clint Boyer, the first truck that has fresh tires, is 22 seconds behind Ron Hornaday.
And Ron just saying, no caution, please, no caution, please.
No caution.
I've had a tough year. I need a break here.
He wants to get back to victory lane. His last win, as you see Brendan Gaughan getting a little bit loose, moving to the inside of Jack Smith. But his last win, Hornaday's, came at Texas this year earlier.
When Johnny Sauter was black flag from the win. That's Jack Smith. That's my spotlight driver, the seal wrap forward right now. Jack was one of those guys that played the pit strategy. He's running 6th right now. What a great run for Jack Smith.
And my guy in the spotlight, Brian Sieg, he's up to 10th. So we picked a couple of good ones, Phil.
Yes, we did.
Hornaday just trying to put a lap on my guy. Lay off, Ron.
Ease up a little bit.
See Colin Brown coming through the middle of those 2. Ron's truck's tore all to pieces, got the side caved in, the front all taped up, but it's never going to look any prettier than if we can just run another 10 laps without a caution flag.
Right now, Ron Hornaday's truck is one of the slowest trucks on the racetrack. And if this race goes green, he's going to be in victory lane.
And Hornaday just wants to make sure he stays in front of and has faster lap times than Blake Feast, who's right now running in the 2nd spot in that number 32 truck. Similar pit strategies. He came onto pit road at lap 78, right?
And David Starr had a really good shot at a top 5 here. They had the pit strategy that same way. It had worked out good, but as he went down the backstretch, he radioed in and said, flat right rear tire. They just came in and made a change, but that will take away what could have been a really great finish for the Zachary team.
I was watching Ron Hornaday come off turn number 2 there. He really crowded the 31 of James Busher a lot more than I would have with the lead he has right now.
Yeah, 7-second lead. I believe that just to give everybody plenty of room.
Now, Phil, you just moments ago said there was a 22-second lead between Boyer and Hornaday. Right now, 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
7 seconds have been knocked off of that lead.
He's killing him right now. Ron Hornaday's last lap was a 34.70. Clint Boyer's last lap was a 32.30. That's 2.5 seconds. We've got 7 laps to go. If he can do 2 seconds a lap, he can catch him.
He can catch him. He's under 14 seconds, the separation between those 2. Chris Fontaine in the 84 coming off the racetrack now.
I think he's out of gas right now. Chris Fontaine, he was another one of those guys that pitted back on lap number 63. Is that the speed absorb or smoke out of that truck?
I think it's just some dust down on the bottom of the racetrack. You're right, Phil. This we can figure out a way to make it dramatic any way you want, because Ron Hornaday lost another 2 seconds just about that last time by. You do the math on it, that puts Clint Boyer right on him when they come for the white flag.
12 seconds separate Boyer and Hornaday, but he's clicking off almost 2 seconds a lap, and we only have 5 laps to go when he gets to the stripe.
That was a second 6/10 that last lap.
You can see it's just the distance of the 3rd and 4th turns is what Clint's behind Ron. Ron was coming off 4 when Clint was going into 3. See how much he picks up this time.
34.30 that last lap for Ron. 32.86, a second and a half again. A second and a half's not going to do it. He's going to need more than a second and a half.
Hornaday, 34.323 last time by the stripe. When he goes by this time, it'll be 4 laps of racing to go. The difference between he and Blake Feast still 5.7 seconds.
And Ron Hornaday's out there struggling with 50-lap-old tires. He's saying, are you sure? Are you sure we're leading this race and we're going to win it?
There's no way. I don't see it happening, but that's exactly what's going to happen if the caution flag don't fall.
There is a damaged number 32. Blake Feast was involved in an incident earlier tonight, but looking to get a career best finish in the Camping World Truck Series. Nashville, he finished 12th. That's the best he's ever finished in a truck.
What a great opportunity for that young man to get him a good finish here. Now, Clint Boyer more than likely will be able to catch Blake Feast. And Kyle Busch right now is only 1 second behind Clint Boyer. That's the closest he's been in a long, long time.
Check out this battle for Ricky Carmichael. He's been solid all night long. Finds himself right now in the 10th spot. James Busher in 11th. Excuse me. Yeah, he's driven up to 11th right behind Carmichael.
Got by the 9 of Max Pappas.
Just 2 laps of racing to go when Hornaday gets back to the stripe. 3 miles remaining in Atlanta for the Camping World Truck Series.
With all the trouble that Johnny Saunders had, that's James Busher. He has got our point lead by 11 points. So every spot he can grab, he knows is so important to try to put some distance between he and Johnny Saunders while Johnny's having a bad night. Here's your battle for second. It's not going to be much of a battle, is it?
Not going to be a battle at all. Blake Feast with 50-lap-old tires. Right now, Clint Boyer's tires only have 16 laps on them. Right side of your screen, there's Kyle Busch now. Kyle will also get by Blake to move into the 3rd spot. Not sure he's going to have enough to catch Clint.
4.9 seconds separate Hornaday, who just takes the white flag, and his closest pursuer, Clint Boyer, 3.6 seconds back. Hornaday digging with everything he's got.
Hey, let's give a little call here to Jeff Hensley if Ron Hornaday pulls this thing off like it looks like he's going to.
And a call to KHI. They had a fast truck and a slow one. They're going to run 1-2 with them.
Hornaday out in front, going through 3 and 4.
He's going to make it.
Looking to add to his record-setting Camping World Truck Series career. Hornaday goes to victory lane again.
One more lap, Bill.
We did it.
A second and a half he beats Clint Boyer by.
One more lap and Clint Boyer is right there where Ron Hornaday is.
49 career wins as the battle continues back behind them, coming out of turn number 4. Ricky Carmichael going by, trying to get by Richards. Carmichael will finish in the 8th spot. Bodine charges to 9th. James Busher ends up in 10th.
Both those guys got around Smith on the last lap.
How about this? Ron Hornaday. Look at the damage on the front of that 33 truck, and he goes to victory lane.
Does he have enough tires left to do a burnout?
and that damage came from the initial start of the race 130 laps ago.
A great job by Ron Hornaday. Clint Boyer continues his streak of 1st or 2nd place finishes in the Camping World Truck Series. Hermie.
Crew Chief Jeff Hensley, veteran driver, veteran call. It worked out for you tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. Everybody done an awesome job on pit road trying to fix our damage here at the start. I mean, a blessing in disguise, I guess. We had a really good truck, and whenever we could ever keep the bearing bond sealing the hood up, we were as good as anybody here except for the 18 and the 2. And we stopped there and worked on it some more and topped it off. And I said, look, save me some fuel. That's the only shot we got at it. And good Lord looked over us and we put this Chevrolet in victory lane tonight.
Now, these guys have been looking for something good to happen. They're back in victory lane. Ron Hornaday.
Sometimes it's not always the fastest truck that wins these races.
And I'm not sure that that was the case. I think that's the case tonight.
Absolutely.
He was losing anywhere between 2 to 1.5 seconds a lap to Clint Boyer and Kyle Busch as the laps wound down.
I mean, it was an average of 1.5 seconds a lap, Rick, and that's how much he won by.
Everybody on the racetrack's passing him, and Jeff Hensel is assuring him that, Ron, you're going to win this race. You're going to win this race. Just hang in there.
And you know, we've all lost one or two in our careers with somebody that had better knowledge than you. So when you get one, you're thinking, this is payback. I owed a few people one.
Kevin Harvick Incorporated goes 1-2 once again in the Camping World Truck Series. The Bad Boy Buggies finishes up second in this one, but Hornaday, who knows how to celebrate in the Camping World Truck Series, will head to victory lane one more time. Welcome back. The last time Hornaday was in victory lane, the margin of victory, 8/1000ths of a second. This time it was 1.5 seconds, but I bet he was counting those seconds down as he got to the start-finish line. Let's go to victory lane and Hermie Sadler.
Well, Ron Hornaday staying on top of this truck. These guys have had such a tough season, had fast trucks, one thing after another. Escaping from victory lane. Ron, I'm sure you've lost a couple like this in your career. It's nice for this team to finally have something go your way. Congratulations. Career victory number 49.
Oh, thank you. I got to thank Armored Chevrolet. Everybody that come aboard. I mean, Kroger, Hunt's Brother Pizza, Reams, Chevrolet. Kevin Delaney, thank you. That started the race. Everybody checked up, and I went to the right, and I got the front fender. And these guys never say die, and they just kept on taping it up. And I don't know, I got up to they got me out of the pitch real good and got up to 6th, and it's like, man, the thing turned tight. He said, we blew all the tape off, so it's amazing what tape does to these things. But I told him, I said, we ain't got the best truck, but I said, we can win it by fuel mileage, and Jeff made that call right there and run 70-something laps, so I'll take him any way I can get him. That's cool.
When you pitted on lap 75, number one, Jeff said you could go all the way, but did you have any idea this race would go caution-free for the rest of the night? Did you think you had a chance to win this race?
Everything's been going wrong the whole year, so something's got to go right at least once. So, not the fastest truck, but definitely these guys never say die. And I ruined another good truck, but we'll fix her up and take it a couple weeks.
That's Ron Hornaday. He's in victory lane, career victory number 49. Ray?
Well, Hermie, when we look at the stats in this series, 25 times we've had teammates finish first and second, and 5 of those now belong to KHI. But I know, Clint Boyer, you're a bit disappointed. You had a dominant truck tonight and didn't get the victory.
Well, of course you're disappointed, but you know, what a great run. You can't ask for any more out of a truck or a team. This Bad Boy Buggy Chevrolet was fast all day long. It's been fast every time we've been in it. We won in it at Kansas at home. We just got out snookered there. You know, you can't outrun strategy, but we were the fastest truck here.
How about the battle between you and Kyle Busch throughout the night? I mean, it had to have been 35 laps where you guys were dead side by side.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. I mean, you know, you get to the outside of them, you're slipping sliding around pretty big time out there. You know, it's kind of no man's land. You don't want to go out there, but you know you got to go out there to complete the pass. You're like, oh boy, here we go. Let's see what she does. And, you know, thankfully we was able to make a couple passes up there. But, you know, Kyle's a great driver. It's a lot of fun to be able to drive, you know, hard with somebody like that. And, you know, the old Bulldog got up underneath of us at one time. I was like, oh, no, that would be Ryan Newman. But it's a lot of fun tonight, just come up short.
All right, a second place finish. KHI goes 1-2, and Bruce Cook said, I couldn't take a chance of pitting back then. Clint Boyer said, well, I think I could have.
Truck regular upsets the big 3 here. Boyer, Busch, Newman. They all have top 5 finishes, but it was Hornaday celebrating in victory lane. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series is presented on speed by Warrior. September 9th, family is worth fighting for. Warrior in theaters September 9th. Brought to you in part by Camping World, the Good Sam RV Club. Everything you need for the RV lifestyle, including RVs, accessories, warranties, insurance, roadside assistance, and more. By the Roundup brand, kills weeds to the roots so they don't come back. And by Just for Men Hair Color. Live forward. Take a look at our Ford point standings after 17 races. James Buescher takes over the top spot. And I'm going to mention it again. He has only raced in 16 of the 17 races.
That's an amazing fact. It's the first time that James has led the points in his career. And just to have the fact that he didn't race once and still has a point lead. We've got us a 4-horse battle, though, guys. Do you agree? Ron's win got him in the top 5, but darn, 48 points to go behind.
We said it last week at Bristol. Our chase started last week at Bristol. Here we are, the second race in.